I'm not even going to use that terminology, because if we slack up, I'm really going to be ticked, because it's the ACC, it's North Carolina against North Carolina State. Our record was better than their record was last year, if I'm not mistaken, and they came in here and whacked us in our own building. The fewest points ever scored by a North Carolina team in the Smith Center. I've got a very short memory. I can remember that kind of stuff. I've got a long memory too, but I don't think I'll have to say anything about them being fired up. I mean, this is the ACC. You know, I think it started last year before the end of the season. I thought he was terrific here against us last year, and I thought at the end of the season, from my viewpoint, from 30 miles away, I thought he played much better the last 15 games than he did at the start of the season. So I think it was a carryover to this year. He's extremely confident. There's no question that's got to be an emphasis of our defense. How are we going to try to cut his percentage down, not let him shoot 15 free throws and all that kind of stuff? But I tell you, their rebounding is something else too. I mean, Abu the other night against Florida State looked like he'd shoot it and miss it. Somebody else would shoot it, he'd get it. I mean, he just dominated the backboards, and they didn't even count all the ones he was tipping it to keep it alive that somebody else may have gotten. So it's not just Cat, but Cat has got to be the number one emphasis because he's productive. But I talk about Abu and I talk about their, if I'm not mistaken, and you guys have the stats, I think they're the number one offensive rebounding team in the ACC. So we got to do a good job. That's the second emphasis for us. And then Martin and Rowan, I didn't want to say Rowan and Martin. Martin and Rowan, I think, really make a lot of threes. And so we've got to make sure that we're guarding them out there as well. He's really good defensively, does a great job protecting the rim. I think he's leading the ACC in block shots. He's got a long wingspan. He's got good timing. But what we want to do is we still have to attack inside. That's just who we are. We've got to try to attack inside and see if we can get the other team's big guys in foul trouble. I think that's one of those, not necessarily the most important. I don't know if there is one. I always think rebounding is. But I think getting to the free throw line and getting the other team in foul trouble is right up there with it. So we do have to try to attack him, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I remember the game. Definitely wasn't one of my brighter games as an individual. And then our team didn't play very well either. So we didn't need a whole bunch of reminding. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to kind of rub it in as we're getting prepared, you know, hopefully motivate us a little bit more. First of all, he's so quick with the ball. He might be one of the fastest guys with the ball in our league, and he's really good at finishing around the basket, even though he's only like 6'1" or 6'2". So that's a good combination as a guard if you can get in the paint as much as he does, and also finish at the rim as well as he does. That's a great combination. He gets a lot of ball screens, and he has the ball in his hands a lot. So, you know, he's almost the kind of guy where with the volume and usage that he gets, he's going to get his numbers one way or the other. But it's making it tough on him is going to be the key for us. Challenging everything, keeping him off the free throw line. He's a really good free throw shooter, and he draws a lot of fouls. Giving him different looks is important. You know, maybe trap him a couple times, maybe, you know, treat the ball screen defense a little bit different, from one half to another. But the key is just, you know, building a wall and keeping him out of the paint, because, you know, when a guard can get in the paint, it breaks down your whole defense, and he's very good at that. So if we can keep him out of the paint, keep him out, you know, outside the three-point line where we can contain him, I think we'll be in good shape.